day 8 of being a girl, and I've gotten some messages that are saying that I need to be calling myself a woman and not a girl. And I didn't even know that some women were offended by being called girls, so that's really good to know. But for me, the word girl feels great because I never got to be one growing up. And it feels very able to make mistakes and growing and changing and evolving, whereas the word woman feels very strong and confident and powerful, and that still intimidates me a little bit. So I'm gonna keep calling myself a girl. Hope that's okay. Love ya.
I should have been 10 seconds later, so I could have missed that.
You just wanted to catch the wood chipper part? It is a very gratifying sound.
Have you worked with them before?
Yes, and
not the people before the wood chipper, but
yes, I've worked with wood chippers. If you can keep it steadily fed, it just makes a nice. If you get close enough, you can feel it in your chest. It's kind of nice.
You can feel the fear in your chest of accidentally slipping into it.
I don't know. I've worked in more dangerous types of jobs. We would.
Me too. I used to be a teacher.
In Korea, though.
Well, here too.
Oh God, they let you teach here in the States. Educational standards really have slipped, haven't they?
Yeah.
I was helping my dad the other day with one of those, I don't know what it's called. It just chops the log into 2 pieces. It doesn't.
A wood splitter?
A splitter?
Yes, thank you.
Jesus.
Mark is a man of men.
It turned my fingernail purple. I think it's
Listen, we use axes up here, okay?
Yeah.
All those contraptions are new to me.
Oh, so as I was saying, I did work some pretty dangerous types of stuff. One of the jobs, they would put me in a basket, and they would pick me up.
Moses?
Yes, and they would pick me up about 100. Exactly that, a reed basket. They'd pick me up about 150 feet up off the ground, and I would climb out, and I'd hook myself to I had a harness on, and I'd hook myself to a pipe. And then I would undo all of the bolts on the junction box that attaches that pipe. And then while I was doing that, they would be putting cables and stuff on the crane. And then they'd bring it back up, and I'd hook all the cables to the junction box. And they would take it down, and then they'd do all the welding and relining it and stuff. And I would just stay up on this pipe 150 feet off the ground just with my legs dangling, waiting until they got done, and then they would bring the junction box back up, and I'd put it back together, and then they'd bring the basket up, and I'd get in the basket, and then I'd go to the next one.
Would you spit on them? I'd spit on them once in a while.
No,
just to see.
I would carry a plastic bottle with me just to be nice. And
oh man,
it would be kind of weird because my feet wouldn't be touching anything. I would just be dangling for 4 to 6 hours at a time. So it's really kind
of. Is that how you got so tall?
Yes, probably so. Just my legs just hanging there. That's probably why I am literally 2/3 legs. It's because of all that time. But it would be kind of it would be hard to get your feet back under you when you got back on the ground, or for me anyway, because just 6 hours of just hanging in the air with nothing between you and the ground, but space. When they'd finally bring me back down at the end of the day, it would take a little bit to kind of get my feet back under me.
Yeah, that'd be a weird thing. And I'm jump around on the trampoline for 5 minutes, then I get off, and it's weird feeling. I can't imagine kind of floating for that long, and I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, because even sitting in my chair here, my feet are still on the floor. I can stand up, but with that, you're just suspended in air for an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, lots of fun.
Strange.
So whenever people talk about being afraid of heights, I immediately tell them that story just so I can watch them like squirm.
Yeah, I'm not
Dude,
a fan of those like pictures of people like building skyscrapers back in the day. Like, nah.
The only reason I wore a harness is because I was required to. Otherwise, it would have been a lot easier and a lot more freeing to just be able to be sitting up there and move around and not have to deal with the harness in the way.
How would you dangle without a harness? Wouldn't you just fall?
No, I was sitting on a pipe.
Oh, lame. I thought you were like hanging from the chest.
I mean, I would do that if I got bored, but no.
I used to like heights. Never used to be
skyscrapers.
Yeah, well, I build a skyscraper every morning. But like heights, it was never a thing, and heights still don't bother me. But like the trampoline or the little teacup rides at like the fair or like roller coasters, man, I can't do it anymore. I get nauseous and I'm sick for like 2 days. It's insane. Getting old is not cool, man. Not cool at all.
Still have skyscrapers to look forward to, though.
Yeah.
To answer
I don't climb them. I just build them. But
I have used an axe before. We got 2 of those axe throwing competition places just down the road.
Show them your hand that has 4 fingers.
Speaking of axes, have y'all watched that the TV show on Hulu, Candy? It's about the chick that murdered her lover's wife with an axe.
I have not.
Well,
it was a good story. That was a good story.
Killed that conversation.
Thank you.
If y'all would watch some TV once in a while.
No.
I started watching what's it called, The Patriot on Amazon. I was a little apprehensive with the title of it, but it's
you talking about Mel Gibson?
No, it's a show. You remember the guy from Lost, the bald guy? I forget. I don't even remember his name there, but he's in it and like some other guys. But it's kind of funny. And then the main character, like, I don't know, he goes off and gets like captured, and like the torture was like having to listen to American Pie like nonstop for like hours, and he comes back and he's just a vegetable, but he's like a folk musician, and so like the music is pretty cool because it's just like this total like juxtaposition of like cool folk music, but like I'm gonna go kill this guy because and it's funny. It's a good show. You should go watch it. It's quirky. It's very like Steve Zissou type,
So wait, they use like American Pie to brainwash him into being like some sort of a
retard
jihadi killer?
I don't know, just to fuck with him, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird coming together, but it's funny. It's been enjoyable, at least a little bit, in that weird sort of way.
Well, that's cool. Have you watched The Boys?
I've not started the new season.
I haven't started the new season either. I just meant like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I watched the first couple seasons. Did you see the cartoon?
No, I haven't watched that. Is it any good?
I don't know. My cousin came over, and I guess she watched it and like introduced it to my son, and I saw that he had like seen some of them. I was like, "You watched that?" He's like, "No, I watched like one, and like that's some messed up shit." I was like, "Yeah, I know." And it was I don't know. I saw one that was like, it was weird. It was just like too. I don't know. Sometimes like they just, it's violent just to be violent. It's just to like, let's see how grotesque we can make this, and it loses everything else. It just does that for me. But
that's how I felt about Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, I did. I liked Inglourious Bastards, but it did have some elements of that.
Was that was
the wrong side? Oh, what? Excuse me.
I'm trying. I think I saw that movie. What I didn't hear what you just said. You made it funny.
Don't worry about it. You missed comedy gold. It's okay.
Okay. I'll have to go back and rewatch this.
Because what's really funny is he was like 85% serious.
What movie was that? That's like a World War II movie.
Yes.
And then okay, was that Quentin Tarantino?
Yes.
Okay, I think I saw it then.
Yes.
Yes.
They're Nazi bounty hunters.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I think that, and then I think I probably turned it off halfway. Yeah.
But yeah, you just made me want to watch The Patriot, the movie again.
That's a good movie.
Oops. Oh yeah. Did
I
you?
don't know that I've
pull
ever
up?
seen it.
You haven't seen Patriot, the movie?
Maybe I have. I don't
It's
know.
got Mel Gibson and the guy that plays Lucius Malfoy is the bad guy because he's Jason Isaacs. He's always the bad guy in everything. I really like him as an actor too.
Mhm.
He
I don't like to watch anti-Semitic actors.
It's the only actors that I watch. That's had to go through and get rid of that.
There are like two. It's like
Yeah,
a
once
ratio.
Once I started finding out how deeply embedded the Jews were in Hollywood, I just had to go through my DVD collection and just start throwing shit out. Nope.
Mm.
So you have one movie left.
The Patriot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's been a day, man. It's been a day. It's not even.
It's
like
already been a day for you?
What do you mean it's been a day? I mean, it's been a day for me. I just got home from work.
It's just been a day. Oh, what are you guys getting into this weekend?
It's my high school reunion tomorrow. So
Oh, that's
going to
right.
that.
That's right. Forgot you're gonna go hunt down some old tail you never got.
Yeah, he's gonna relive those glory days.
Taking my wife.
Like I said.
I'm taking my wife so I can show her off. Be like, see,
Trophy.
married a hot one, taller than every one of y'all.
Will they be shocked?
No, I don't think they would be shocked that I married somebody that's hot.
You guys gonna like get an old basketball game together, football game, or is it all just sitting around? Being
They're all gonna end up broken.
And say,
The
are you
old men playing ball.
considering
That's the only thing that would bring me to a high school reunion. Is like, will there be sports?
considering the last time I saw all of my friends, I think I'm probably the only one who's still in moderately good enough shape to play basketball. So
See, like all my friends, I had like a couple friends in my year, but like most of my friends were like a year older or like 2 years older. So it's like, all these stupid reunions. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, you don't see people, it's like, I don't know.
What is Dag talking about down here?
he's always like 10 minutes late. Who knows?
It could be anything. He could be calling me a woman. He could be calling Clyde one.
He might be
Well,
talking about my wife. There's no telling.
That's true.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I guess that you everybody thought you were gay in high school, maybe. Yeah. See, guys, I'm not.
That's a good point. How much you paying her, Justin?
Who was it that didn't know
She
what a
speaks
pet rock
Ukrainian
was?
too. What was?
Pet rock.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, that was me.
Well, let's.
And I'm not ashamed of it.
Well, not yet. Hey, look at this, Lois. It's our pet rock. I remember the first day we brought it home. See that? Huh? Huh? Bad rock. Bad. We do that.
My favorite scene is when he's like tries to nurse Stewie. Stewie wakes up with like a hair in his tooth. No,
Nope.
it was like so predictive of the future and what like so many little infants and toddlers are going to be traumatized, like getting nipple hair in their mouth, and they're cutting edge.
I like how
Yeah.
we're all making show references today that not anyone else on the show is getting.
Well, talking about being ahead of the times, or I'm not sure how that works exactly. Men or women, bees or fish. I don't know. Weird shit
I'm
going
so
on and on.
sick of it all. It's like, man, I don't know.
We know you know.
Sick of it all.
Bees are fish. The decision comes after a lengthy legal dispute. how does this even get brought up? Anyway, the decision comes after a lengthy legal dispute to list 4 species of bumblebees as endangered under the California Endangered Species Act. The ruling comes after a legal dispute that started in 2019 between the California Fish and Game Commission and major agricultural groups. The commission wanted to list 4 species of bumblebees as endangered. Those species are crotch, Franklin, Suckley, and
Crotch? Did you say crotch bees?
That's what it says. It says crotch.
You'll find them
Probably.
just below the subset of men as endangered species. And
Crotch, Franklin, Sucky, and Western bumblebees.
Crotch and sucky. Crotch and sucky.
Suck-
What kind of
suck-
bees are these?
They're not to be allowed to die off. Like, there's, Darwin would be pleased.
we got another Babylon Bee adjacent article.
This is the actual CBS News.
So what?
Same.
How did they slip it in? The bees.
The commission says that bees are invertebrates, falling under the California Endangered Species Act definition of fish. So this is how they're listing them as.
So does that mean any invertebrate is a fish at that
Yeah,
point?
isn't like amphibians, aren't they invertebrates?
Everything's a fucking fish in California.
Okay.
Jeez, dude.
I mean, none of their men have backbones, so
All fish. This is where the fish self person is from. No spine.
Probably. But then does she identify as like an actual fish, or is she a bumblebee? I mean, like, shoot, man. Now I'm really confused.
does this mean that the Chicago mayor will be resigning as mayor of Chicago and move to California to be with her people?
Probably.
I sent you a link in the private chat.
Me or Justin?
I mean,
it's
I guess you both have control, so. Oh.
No, we're definitely not playing that.
Huh?
I'll send you something too.
No, Mark, you go watch that. We're not going to pull it up on the stream, though.
You want me to watch this while we're doing this show live?
I mean, you can watch it later, but if you wait,
It's
till
all
later,
queued up. It's queued up. It's like
Fine. Fucker.
Oh no.
See, how many children are is this like,
Didn't we
They're
talk
gonna
about
be-
nipple hair on the night show?
It was
don't
probably
know.
brought up. Someone started to take their shirt off, so who was it? Was that Dag?
Pretty sure it was Clyde. He was showing off how bare-chested he is.
No, that's what it was.
I don't
That's
think
because
so.
he's a runner and he's trying to make himself just a millisecond faster by
I
taking
don't
off all that
recall.
weight.
So I was wondering about this California bees being classified as fish so that they can be listed as endangered species.
Mhm.
Did anybody, what are the metrics that they're using to qualify that these bees are endangered? Because, remember when there was this big stink several years ago that honeybees were going extinct, and it was this big thing. Everybody was talking about how you had to just rein in all of the chemical usage in industrial agriculture and everything else because the bees are going extinct. And then if you went and you actually looked at the study that they were using to declare that the bees were going extinct, it was actually only one very specific species of bee native to Hawaii. And the reason that it was going extinct was because they brought in mainland honeybees to try to produce these bees in Hawaii that were going extinct were non-honey producing. And they had brought in mainland bees, mainland honeybees, to produce Hawaiian honey. And the mainland honeybees are incredibly aggressive and territorial, and so they were literally murdering off all of the native bees to Hawaii. So like that's the entirety of the bees going extinct that was such a big deal at the time, and it fell apart like within a couple months, and nobody talked about it anymore because once people actually started looking at the research, it's like, oh, bees aren't going extinct, just this one breed of bee that doesn't even make honey, and if you don't make honey, nobody cares about you.
Sounds like another L for forced integration.
Yes.
Any of that stuff is all bollocks anyway. Like,
I'm sorry, what is that word?
Bullocks.
Bollocks? It's balls.
Bullocks.
Shit. Just garbage. I mean, like this owl's going extinct, and then they find like a population in some trees that they were cutting. Like we have this idea that we know all these animals, we know everything. And it's like we don't, and the bees are the same way. It's kind of like,
well, all of the
and honeybees aren't all that good anyway, right? Honeybees are kind of shite anyway at pollination.
Doing their job.
They're good at making honey.
They make honey, but it doesn't necessarily. I mean, bumblebees, mason bees are all so much better anyway.
Mason bees cannot. No, I'm thinking carpenter bees. They can suck a dick. I'm trying to murder every one of those on the planet. Like
Is a carpenter bee the same thing as a bumblebee?
No, they're built similarly, but a carpenter bee is longer body. A bumblebee is a little more round, and the carpenter bee is longer torso. Okay. So I know way too much about bees.
It sounds like you're just rattling off information. I'm just trying to figure out the difference between a wasp and a bee these days.
Don't even get me started. Okay, so there's this song by of Monsters and Men called "Dirty Paws," and it's a really cool song. Like if you listen to the lyrics, it tells a story about a war between the birds and the bees, and so I was gonna write like a book based on this idea, and I wrote like 4 chapters.
Please just start a series, so I'll write the forced integration one.
I wrote like 4 chapters, but like I wanted it to be well researched and include like the different varieties of bees that you would find in the forest and stuff like that. So I really did a lot of research on bees, and it was fun. Like I said, I think I wrote like 4 chapters, and
this is going to be like a textbook style thing.
Well, no, I mean, I wanted the bees I wanted the distinctly different types of bees to have like distinct personalities and behaviors. So I wanted them to anyway. Yeah, I was putting way too much effort into it. That's probably why I got burnt out and only wrote like 4 chapters.
When I was in Korea, I was putting one together. I had like, I don't know, probably like 20, 30 pages. And then I ended up deleting it by accident and could never find it again. And I just have not ever done it again.
Also,
it's too much. No. It was a Harlequin romance novel.
Sounds like your style.
It did include some bees. Everybody likes a little extra swelling here and there. So.
It's been a while since I got stung by a bee.
Yes, Leighton. The different bee species have, they all have very distinct shapes.
Do they taste?
We're going to turn this whole episode into bee talk.
Do they taste different?
know. I don't know how they taste.
That's the real question.
That wasn't a thing when I was writing this. There weren't any like critiques of the different textures and flavors.
Okay, because I think that's something as we near closer to eating the bugs, like, are they different flavored, or is it all just kind of the same crunchy exoskeleton, flavorless, like whatever you season it with?
Yeah, you really got to season those suckers up.
Lots of paprika.
A little curry powder on there.
Well, I may not be too interested in eating bugs, but whatever this thing is, I bet it would make for some good eating.
That is a raccoon head. And I don't know what the rest of it is.
It's just a furry. Somebody went to the zoo dressed
That's a
as
prostitute
Tails
for
or
hitting the streets.
what's the other guy's name? Not Sonic. There's Tails. There was another
Knuckles.
Crash.
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot. Yeah.
Bandicoot, yeah.
And
One
those
of
are
those
like-
two guys, right?
Those
Somebody
look
dressed
like
up like
that.
that went to the zoo to have their way with some animals and got caught on the way out.
Then the animals had their way with it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know, man.
Huh.
So is this this is around Amarillo, Texas? Clyde, what can you tell us about the cryptids of Amarillo or Texas in particular?
I don't know, man. Looks kind of like a dog, man, doesn't it? Oh, you kept saying chupacabra, but I feel like I don't know.
That's way
Chupacabras,
too-
I feel like going to be smaller, right?
Yeah, that's way too big for a chupacabra. I was just shooting my mouth off when I said
That
that.
looks like a upright canine of some sort. Or I mean, I guess he could maybe a skinwalker. I'm sure there's some old Indian stuff down there.
They're asking the residents for help identifying this creature.
Yeah, the
Oh,
residents
you're
are all going to be real eager to go identify some fucking wolf man that's wandering around the
The
zoo.
zoo people should know.
Isn't that their job? Didn't they
Yeah.
go to school for that?
You
They're
have
supposed
to
to
go
be
to
animal experts.
Yeah, I guess you probably do have to go to school to be a zoo person. Not the person cleaning up the poop, but like the one taking care of the tiger, right?
I mean, I'm sure even if you're one of the
Yeah,
people
if you're
cleaning up
gonna-
the poop, you have to have some level of.
That's where you start.
Well, I
Gotta
mean, more
work
the
your way
human,
up, you know?
the human poop on the sidewalks is what I'm referring to.
Oh, that's only in San Francisco. This is
For
in
now,
Texas.
anyways.
You probably have to have a degree to do that too.
Probably. Degree to be homeless.
Yeah. They got masters in that now. This is how you shit on a sidewalk with no one noticing.
This is how you construct the perfect tent town.
Who came up with the idea to create a tracking app to find out or to document where the piles of poop are in town so that you can avoid them?
Do they really?
That's the free market, man.
San Francisco there is literally an app for San Francisco where you can it's like a map that tells you where the piles of shit are so you can avoid them. I mean, talk about first world problems. Right? Even in third world countries, they have the decency to shit in a hole somewhere, not to just
I
do
think
it.
they're just used to it, you know. Tracking through crap every day. Oh God.
Hey, it looks like
What's
you're,
I don't know what's going on. It's like this I just don't even understand. I don't get the world anymore.
Did anybody pay attention to the show trials last night?
Mm-mm.
Because I didn't.
No.
Just wondered if we wanted to cover that. They
You
were
know,
gay.
I know.
We can move on.
The one thing, like I know, like Massey at one point asked the attorney general like how many FBI like or government like agitators or informants were there, and like didn't get an answer. And he still hasn't got an answer. I'm curious if are they going to interview Mr. Epps, that guy? You know, was he?
No, I
he
don't
was
think
there.
he exists.
Whatever. That
No, he
that
doesn't
guy
exist.
got taken out behind the
He's in
chemical
the
shit.
witness protection program for now.
Yeah, that guy got Hillaried.
It's likely where it's headed.
Didn't they like? I'm almost 100% positive that they actually released documents saying how many feds were involved in instigating and acting as purposeful agitators in the whole thing, and it's not an insignificant number. Like there were a bunch of people involved.
Really?
I'm almost positive.
I feel
Some-
I can't
somebody-
imagine they would release
somebody-
that.
I think they counted the feds in the Whitmer case.
Well, I mean that was impressive too. I mean that was like
5-1 was the ratio.
Mhm.
it was damn close. It was 7 total. Yeah, it was 7 total conspirators to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. 2 of them were like mentally handicapped dudes, and then the other 5 were feds. That's why the guys got off, because when it came out and everybody got to see that it was actually more feds and they were the ones who were doing all the planning, they just like roped these guys into agreeing to it. Like, that's not entrapment at all.
Yeah. And now
They saw, and then they went after your
that's what
boy
you're
there
about
up in
to talk
Michigan.
about, yeah. One of the governor
I'm glad
candidates.
you brought that up. I actually had that article queued up. I didn't know if we wanted to talk about it or not.
Yeah, I mean, whether he Mark, you said he probably wouldn't win anyway, and but it's
Well,
still
he,
it's like the point, right? It's like
I
this.
figure the woman Dixon was going to get the nomination since she was endorsed by Trump, but this guy.
No,
looks like he was-
that's the chick that you're trying to work on her campaign, right?
Did I say that?
Read your mind.
I saw something said like I think said he was like the front runner with like 19% or something. But I don't know what everybody else is at, so it doesn't. Right.
Yeah, weren't you like? I wonder if she's married. I wonder if she needs a campaign manager. Pretty sure you said those things.
I think that you wanted me to say those things. I think she's a family woman, but we're not talking about her. We're talking about Ryan Kelly. Is it Ryan Kelly? Yeah.
Ryan Kelly, the Republican candidate for governor in Michigan, was arrested by the FBI on Thursday and charged with misdemeanors for his role in the U.S. Capitol riots on January 6, 2021. Federal agents said raided Ryan Kelly's home in Allendale, Michigan. Why do you have to repeat the same thing 2 paragraphs in a row?
I grew up 5 minutes from Allendale.
He faces 4 charges related to his alleged actions at the Capitol, including disorderly conduct and willfully injuring or attacking U.S. property, according to the criminal complaint. What?
U.S. property.
Willfully attacking U.S. property. Wow.
I would
good Lord.
Instead of like identifying.
So if I go on a
bees
national
as
park and I
fish,
cut down a tree.
Oh, you're absolutely going to jail forever.
You're not coming back.
Yeah, you do that, you're getting memory hold. We won't even be able to play any of the old episodes that have you on them. The handful that you actually show up for. Those will all get erased. It'll be like Clyde never existed. But then on a positive note, that means I never doxed you. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be better. Disappear and it's all done.
Being memory hold by the government would be better than having been doxed by me.
Having to deal with you clowns.
How many times have you doxed him?
Just twice.
Was it twice?
It's the 2 times.
I must have done it when I wasn't around, huh?
Neither time was on purpose. If it makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's your own damn fault. You send
Makes it
shit
feel
that
like he's
has
working with incompetence.
You send us stuff in the group chat that has your name on it, and then I think you're sending it to us to share, to use for material on the show, and then I pull it up.
It doesn't matter.
For what it's worth, I will never call you by your real name.
Yeah, it's kind of gay anyway.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Just I'm not named after a fucking soup can. But
pretty sure we came before the soup can, but whatever.
Yeah, it's okay. Do you think that like I've not seen any like what he did, right? I think the harming U.S. property is like the first thing that I've seen that's actually like clear cut, like this is why he's getting arrested. But have you guys seen anything else?
Let's see. A statement from an FBI special agent released Thursday by Justice Department officials includes and describes video and other images that indicate Kelly was involved in breaching the Capitol and directing others to participate. At approximately 2:20 p.m., Kelly continued to gesture to the crowd, consistently indicating that they should move towards the stairs that led to the entrance to the U.S. Capitol interior spaces. So that's it. That's what he did. He encouraged people to
So he was a traffic guy.
Yeah, he was a traffic cop.
They're upset that he was playing the role of the Fed.
Good Lord.
In that instance.
walk up these stairs. Come on.
I'm like, we already got guys for this. Stop.
That's, I bet you that FBI gig is a union job, and he took a union job. He took work from that union member, so that's why he's going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
How are y'all? How does the morning after feel about unions? Are we pro-union, anti-union? I mean, I'm in management, so I know how I feel about them.
I've never been a part of a union.
When I taught for a while, and so like I have no love for unions. I think like when I came out of school, trying to get a job teaching, I was in New York City, and like they had a hiring freeze, and they couldn't hire any new teachers because they were at their end of payroll. But the union was, so strong that there are teachers that you want to fire, but you can't fire them because the union won't let you. So they keep them on payroll and give them desk jockey jobs, or they ship them around to another school. So you have all these crappy teachers that are still there that you have to hold on to because you literally cannot fire them unless they like molest somebody. And at that point, you still might have to hold on to them. I have no love for unions. I think my father-in-law has done construction work, and he's told me stories trying to get jobs done, and you can't get it done because you have to hire so many like union guys, and finding good union work is not always the easiest thing. And so I get it. I think I understand their origin at some point, but it's just
I think like the old school
unions parties.
Yeah, the old school unions were a little. I have more sympathy for them, but once they like formalize and bureaucratize, then they just turn into annoying organizations within an organization.
Well, like talking about the construction stuff, when I was running that facility in Jersey, the grain elevator itself was right next to this big like medical complex, and the guy who owned like the complex and everything also owned the grain elevator. So I would go over and meet with him about once a month just to talk about how shit was going. And there was a bank and a little restaurant at the front side of the complex. So I would like walk up there to get lunch sometimes. And there were always these union guys out there picketing because this complex was undergoing like massive construction. And so one day I just asked the guys, I was like, so like, what are y'all picketing for? They're like, oh, they didn't hire union construction workers to do this job here. I was like, did y'all get underbid or what? They're like, no, we didn't bid on it, but they didn't hire any union people. It's like, wait, so what you're telling me is that no union shop put a bid in for the job, but you're picketing because they didn't hire a union shop? Like, y'all are fucking useless. Just walk out in the street and end it already. So yeah, that's
where we're at.
And that's it. And sometimes like, because you have to hire like union people, right? Like to maintain and then I don't know. What does it do to the people that aren't in the union that, don't want to pay for that stuff? Don't want to, would rather do it on their own. Then they can't get a job because they're not part of the union because they don't want to pay due, like it's, I don't know. Oh, I can't stand it. The last like week, it's just been, I just can't stand it. National divorce of like 10 different angles, start there and just keep breaking it down.
Do I need to break out my map again?
There we go.
No,
because you stuck me with Minnesota and like New York.
Look, I got a house. Like,
that's true. I do have some family down there too.
I have 3 of them actually.
I just like the water in Michigan.
In fact, you can, once we get the other one done, you can live in this one, and then we can just do the shows like live. A real morning show where we get like a big ass couch and like we'll just sit and set up mics and
you'd pass out. If you were sitting on a couch, you'd fall asleep right now.
Oh, you're damn right. If it wasn't for the fact that this chair is like perfectly upright, I would be sacked out.
You saying that 13-minute nap wasn't enough last night?
The past 2 days, I've fallen asleep in that chair right there, not even meaning to. Just like I would sit down and then wake up 3 hours later, like, oh fuck.
Yeah, he'd pass out on my lap, and I'd be all uncomfortable. Like, what's going on here? This is not this kind of morning show.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of morning show that is, but
Mark
nap,
would run a commercial and slip it in real quick. And
speaking of running the commercial, I need to refill my coffee cup, and we can do that
on this show, not your other shows, though.
Right. We don't do that on the other show.
we barely run this ad on this show.
Like once every 3 weeks, we'll remember. I thought about it the other day. I thought really hard about it, and then I lost the thought. So like there was a good segue to like run the coffee ad, and then I missed it, and then it was just like, well, fuck it. Speaking of well, fuck it, go buy some Run Your Mouth coffee.
Moment's law.
If you've ever actually listened to the Morning After Show, you'll have figured out the free exchange of ideas is tantamount to our existence. Without the ability to speak freely, we'd all be locked in a gulag right now, being forced to watch them socialist titties bounce until we succumb to their perverted degeneracy. And where would that leave you at this asinine hour of the morning? Alone, naked, crying on the bathroom floor, probably listening to 80s synth pop. You don't want that, and we don't want that for you. But that's what you're doing every time you buy some sustainable harvest, free trade, bag of free speech hating unionized beans from Trader Joe's. So stop supporting companies that want to control the way you work your tongue and support one like Run Your Mouth Coffee, one that wants everyone everywhere to exercise their right to free speech, even if it's just to brave the ire of the Floridian population simply to say the word gay. So go grab a bag at rymcoffee.com and use code SQUAW for a sweet discount with 0 reservations. That's rymcoffee.com and use code SQUAW.
And how do you spell that?
There's even some anti-union rhetoric in there too. Yeah. Notice that.
It is a good ad all around.
Solid. Whoever wrote that thing's got some talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the fucking unionized work too. Damn Writers Guild.
Should we make that
we should unionize. Me, you, Clyde, you, and Dag should unionize.
Against me?
Strike.
I mean, what are y'all going to do? Demand equal pay for equal work?
We're just trying to figure it out.
As I say, are we going to turn that into a shtick like Timeline Earth or whatever?
Is that what happened? Is that why they had to change their name?
They have like a union gag that they do. Or I don't know.
I used to listen to that shit.
I have a question.
I haven't listened to it.
Okay.
I was waiting to see if Clyde had more to say.
No, I was deferring.
Nothing to do with what we've been talking about.
Well, good.
So I had to fill my car up the other day.
Like the MO of the show.
I thought this was a question.
Well, I'm getting to the question. And I don't know if people have noticed, but gas prices are outrageous.
Did you put diesel in it?
I did not. Not in my Ford Taurus, no. Where am I going with this? Oh,
so you had a question, and I figured we'd get to it eventually.
Gas prices.
We'll get there. And then I got on Facebook for my one-time Facebook venture a week, and a friend of mine posted something about, I bet you're not laughing at the Amish now as they clippity-clop past the gas station, which I thought was funny. But then I got to thinking, I was like, can one like join the Amish? And if so, how does this occur?
Well, you can probably join the Amish. You have the correct skin pigmentation and hair color.
I don't know that facial hair.
Clyde's
or do you have to be born Amish? I know
hair's kind of curly. I don't know if he would be able to or not.
It's a little too nappy.
He says yes. When you're Amish, what is the thing with the beards?
No, you got it. It's the Abe Lincoln style.
It's the Abe Lincoln style. But isn't it like if you get married, then you have to shave a part off, or you can only grow a beard if you're married or something? I can't remember what it is.
That probably sounds about right. 'Cause I feel like I've seen Amish men, like old men with like facial hair. Yeah, I don't know. We could Google it, but
Do you think the Amish even know about fish becoming bees? I mean, bees becoming fish. Like, this is just. I'm thinking about all the things that the.
I mean, they
Amish
probably know that
don't
just
have to
from
deal
like all the
with.
time they spend out in the field. I'm sure they've seen the fish just like, or the bees just turn into fish like while they're pollinating. You know.
The bish and the bish and the fees.
The stinger fish.
Whew. Mm.
Does their lifestyle not appeal? It doesn't. I mean, it's kind of sounding a little bit nice right now.
It does. Yeah, no, it does. It does. I think they've. I've seen some Amish folk that kind of skirt the stuff. Right, they're not using electricity, but like figuring out how to use like generators, and as long as
Do they use wood splitters?
they kind of, some of them will bend the rules a little bit, so you're not totally like out there.
Yeah, there are some allowances.
I mean, I don't know.
My dad does farm appraisals and stuff, and there was an Amish couple that was going to be buying this big like farm that had hog barns on it and stuff, and the guy was explaining that because of where the barns were positioned and the typical wind patterns, that he was going to leave the air conditioner in the house so that his wife wouldn't have to deal with the smell of the barns. And Dad's like, you don't have to justify any of this to me. I don't care what you do with it. I have central heat and air. It's not a problem for me. But like the guy was explaining why it was necessary, that he was going to keep. Dad's just like, I'm just putting the value on the place. I don't care what you do with it.
You don't have to justify this for me there, pal.
You do you, boo-boo.
That's funny.
Do you guys know what the difference is between the Amish and the Mennonites?
Yes.
What? So I don't.
Okay.
Mennonites
Amish
are a little more liberal, right?
They're a little more
According
liberal
to the Amish.
Right. They're a little more
Relative to the
liberal
Amish.
with the Amish rules. Like,
Yes.
they can still use equipment, but nothing new. It has to be used. Like if they have cars, trucks, automobiles, stuff like that, it has to be used. It has to be black.
Apply to wives too?
Yes, they have to be used and black.
I highly doubt this.
Okay. All right.
We have more Mennonites, I think, around here than the Amish. But we just go south like an hour, and they're a bunch of Amish.
That's like there's a big hardware store.
I'm not sure if we have Amish. I know we have like a Mennonite community.
There's a big
True Value.
hardware store that's owned by the Amish, like not far from here, and it's massive, and it has power and everything. Like they take credit cards. So
An Amish corporation.
So there are some loosening in certain areas for things, but I think like if you get to some of those like really, I guess for lack of a better word, like orthodox type Amish communities, like there are the ones that they don't do any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
It might be nice. I keep thinking about it. I'm thinking about putting solar on the house or something just to run some of the stuff. It'd be nice to have a well when you don't have power.
You ever been to Shipshewana, Indiana?
I don't even know what that is.
It's like
I'm pretty sure you made that word up.
No. I've been there a few times. Shipshewana, Indiana. That's like an Amish town.
Is that like?
Do they have like a big
Sheboygan is in
Amish
Michigan.
buffet?
Do they have a what?
Like a big Amish buffet.
They
I
actually
me
do,
some Amish.
yes.
I love me some Amish buffets. Let's go then. We'll meet there.
Like they just like
Ship your
bring
mama.
it to
Look it up, see how far
home
that away is.
Did you say buffet?
Oh,
well, it's a buffet, but they
Amish
put all
buffet?
like the plates on your table for you. You don't have to go and grab it.
right. So
Interesting.
It's Thanksgiving style.
yeah, very good. There's one pretty
never
close
heard
to
of
here.
such a thing.
I need to feel like I need to make a trip. Let's see, Shipshewana.
Yeah, good luck spelling it.
Oh, that's way up there next to fucking Michigan. That's like 5 hours
Yeah,
away.
that's why I know about it.
You said Indiana.
I mean, it's technically in Indiana, is it not?
Whatever. Should have called that Canada.
So,
Look,
this is not
meet us
Amish
there.
related.
Meet Steven and I in Shipshewana, Indiana, Justin. You can come
When?
too, Clyde. A couple weeks.
I ain't going up there.
Oh.
Stay out of that border zone. Stay 100 miles from the border, and I'll be safe.
I'll
Safer
introduce you
anyway.
to Tudor Dixon.
Who is that?
Oh, maybe then. Maybe then. That's the lady.
That's the governor. Future governor.
Her name is Tudor Dixon.
Her name is Tudor Dixon. I looked to see if it was fake, but it looks like that is her actual name.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, she seems like an impressive woman.
Oh, you were going to ask me about my
So
13-minute nap.
I was in the
that you
shower
never
this
did.
morning,
What
and I
was-
was
what was-
thinking,
What?
I don't know. Clyde was saying something. You were going to ask me about my 13-minute nap. Oh, he left.
Well, I need Clyde's help for the 13-minute nap thing.
He's just like, fuck y'all then.
What was I going to say about 13-minute? I was half asleep when I was asking about it. You said, okay, first of all, you
I'm
don't
half
take
asleep
naps
now.
for 13 minutes,
Yes.
especially because they're efficient. You're combining the devil's work with efficiency. You're justifying the devil's work with efficiency, and that is the definition of the Antichrist.
Well,
So you're going to have to turn that nap into 12 minutes or 14 minutes.
well, why?
Clyde, have you been
Are you
listening?
back?
I think so. It was pretty laggy. I tried to.
You look better now. You look less confused.
My Tucker Carlson face.
So my laptop times out after 15 minutes. So, like, whenever I have a break, I'll go hide in my boss's office and park a chair over in the corner and set a timer for 13 minutes. And then I go to sleep. And then at the end of the 13 minutes, the timer goes off and I wake up and I go back to work. And usually I have enough time to walk to his office, sit down, start the timer, walk back before my computer goes into rest mode.
I feel I'm uncomfortable with the 13-minute nap.
Well, it's
Like you're the supervisor. You could probably take a 17-minute nap and get away with it just fine.
15
one night I
minutes
forgot
is a
to
good
set
number.
the timer and took like a 45-minute nap.
On our 15-minute breaks when I worked in the warehouse, like we would just after our 15 minutes, we'd clock back on the phone and then set it on our pallet jack and go sit back down for another 10 minutes.
Lazy bastard.
It's one of those union jobs, wasn't it?
Probably.
The thing is, yes, it was a union job, but we were seasonal, so technically we weren't a part of the union.
So this, I was taking a shower, and I was thinking, I don't know, it just hit me like, we have dog races and you have horse races, and like in the Middle East, there's like camel. Why don't we have monkey races? Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Have you heard of the term herding cats? I feel like a monkey race would be like
Yeah, but
herding cats on crack. Like, how are you going to get them to all run
but
in
it
the
would be
same
funny.
direction?
It would be, you just throw a banana out there, like electrify the ground behind them so they have to move forward. Like give
Jesus.
them little spears and sticks. I mean,
You're this close to saying just throw a basketball out there and they'll be fine.
Little chase the
No.
basket. Just throw a football out there and yell fumble drill and just watch them go after it.
Oh wow.
It seems like it should be a
Thing, huh?
a thing.
Like PETA is going to take us down because of this. Like,
Yeah.
They already have enough problems with like horse racing and them beating the horses with their whips. You're talking about like electrifying the ground to make monkeys run.
I don't know. It just struck me, and I was like in my head. It's a beautiful thing.
Races, monkey races, all of it. Just all of the above.
Isn't that the Summer Olympics, the track and field portion?
No, don't do that.
It's a good thing we have so much diversity in our viewership.
Do we?
Carlos.
That's true.
He gave up on us, didn't he?
He may.
He
hasn't
too
been
spicy for him.
much. Yeah.
He did some sort of a run, and he did some sort of a race. I don't think it was a race. I think it was just like you
Soccer?
do like you walk and run laps for charity or something. Excuse me. Like a walk for life or relay for life or whatever. Something like that.
Some dumb cause. This is a question for Clyde, I think.
I think it's a question for
Yeah,
Dag, but he's not in the chat anymore. So
Yeah, where did Dag go? He was in for 5 minutes.
he had to
He's
work.
got
Remember?
work.
Yeah.
Work.
He
If
showed
you
up.
actually paid attention to any of the chats, like you would know.
Me?
We even have multiple
Yes,
chats. Like, just pay attention to one of them.
Yeah, pull up the tweet. That I
What
sent.
tweet?
I don't know. I sent it in the private chat.
What tweet?
Speaking of not paying attention to the chats, we could have picked. Did you see this?
I saw it. I don't know if Clyde did.
So Hulk was speaking against Bolsonaro
Who?
in Boston. Bolsonaro is the Brazil
Oh, the
I don't know
Brazilian
what
guy.
they call him.
Right.
prime minister. And so, of course, Ruffalo, who is a complete cuck, is against him. And I just thought his takedown of Ruffalo was pretty good.
Dear Mark Ruffles, calm down. I'm sure you've never read the Brazilian Constitution, but I can assure you it's nothing like the complicated Hulk scripts you have to memorize. Read it, and you'll find out I'm not only respecting it, but protecting Brazil's rule of law.
Really just the one line.
So what's Mark Ruffalo?
I don't know if Biden met with him.
Who is he?
Apparently, you're not even supposed to meet with.
Mark Ruffalo? He's a
He's the
mediocre
Hulk.
actor. Yeah, he's the Hulk. He's the
He's an actor. Okay.
he's like the
that is the
second.
Hulk.
He's like the
Okay.
second best Hulk of the people who have played the Hulk. He's like number 2.
How many have played the Hulk?
Well, I mean, for Marvel, it's been 3, but I guess if you count Lou Ferrigno, like Lou Ferrigno is probably at the top of the list. I actually saw him. He's a big fucking dude.
You saw him in person. If
Yeah.
you're calling someone big when you're 6'4", then I guess must be pretty big.
I don't know if he was. I don't
Or
know
he's
if he was.
like muscular big.
Yeah, like he was sitting
I guess
down,
if you play the Hulk, then
and he was like gigantic. And I've been around like D1 college football players and like other legitimately gigantic people, and he was gigantic.
he's a large man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going to see the new Jurassic Park this weekend.
I know you have some like hard on for Jurassic Park for some reason.
The originals, yes. The last one was bad, so I don't
He likes
super high
dinosaurs.
hopes for this one. Yeah, I don't even believe they existed, and I like them.
So why would
That
you
was
go
your
see
cute-
it?
I don't know.
If you
I don't actually
If you
know
didn't like the
if I
first
don't believe it. I don't know. I just like watching human beings get eaten by dinosaurs.
What?
Yeah, reject modernity, embrace tradition. Humans get eaten by dinosaurs.
You didn't like those movies?
I didn't dislike the original, but I suffer from that
was
problem
like
that I read.
20 years ago, 30 years ago for us. So like,
I suffer from that problem that I read the books.
it's hard to remember.
So like, the first movie wasn't bad in comparison to the books, but then the second movie was absolute dog shit in comparison to the books. And then the third movie, there wasn't a third book, so I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I did enjoy the first Jurassic World. I thought it was a nice kind of reboot and kicking it back off and sort of picking the story up, set in the future where this universe has continued to develop since the last movie.
See, I don't know, man. When they do like the revamps of the old stuff, I just like forget it. Like I'm not even gonna think about it. Like screw you guys, go home, think of something new.
But it wasn't really a revamp. Like it's a continuation of the story. Like this isn't Jurassic Park being told over again. It's taking the
but
Jurassic
you know what?
Park
Like
story
it's like American television that has like I don't care. Come up with something new. Like how many seasons can you have of one show before it's just like, all right, this is stupid and people turn it off? Like it's the one thing that Brits have. They end their seasons early and they only have set seasons and it's done. And it's better that way. You let this crap linger and you end up with, 8, 9, 10, 12 different Star Wars movies and they're all shit. Like, except for the one with the Ewoks. That was cool. Everybody loves giant teddy bears.
Does this mean you will not be going to watch Top Gun in theaters?
You end up with Mark Hamill.
Is he in Top Gun?
I don't go to theater. Who goes to a theater?
I do.
When I was a kid.
Every now and then.
Mark Hamill? You mean this Mark Hamill?
Suspense. Oh my gosh.
Hunter Biden and Mark Hamill and who knows who it is.
Are we absolutely positive that Mark Hamill is not one of Joe Biden's like bastard children? Because he does look a lot like Hunter Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the original movies, I only got through 1.5 of them, and Luke Skywalker just comes across as autistic. So I think Mark Hamill is retarded.
Roll the outro. Fuck.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.